Hello all. Let's start today's session. So we are coming from IT post offs learning today and leading tomorrow. Build your career part and boost your skills. So today we will start MVC, how to create a first MVC applications inside MVC Studio 2019. So what is the MVC? Why this MVC framework is famous? Uh, to build web applications and website. So what is ASP.NET MVC? MVC is a architecture to support the ASP.NET. Before MVC, we have doing ASP.NET web forms using file extension dot ASPX and the C# languages. How a difference, a basic difference between ASP.NET and MVC. ASP.NET, we are hitting the physical files. If we are creating a page inside ASP.NET, so we are checking that URL in a physical file. So we are it's a tight couple a .aspx and .aspx.cs. .cs we have written our C# code, and .aspx we have written our HTML codes. That means initial ASP.NET we have a tight couple of the C# and the HTML. That means if we want to create one HTML tag like input type is equal to text box, so we need to write a C# behind inside the ASPX to write the behind C# code. But how it's a difference in the MVC? MVC is not a mapping to the physical files. MVC don't map to the physical files. Then how identify which view we want to return in the browser? So MVC is a model view control based architecture. That means what is the models? Models, it's a represent the data. A model, it's a represent the shape of the data. So if you are if we are declaring a class, and inside a class we have defined one employee class, and that employee class we have multiple properties like employee name, address, salaries, okay, etc. So that means we are defining the models inside the in models folders. And another is a view. What is the view? View is the user interface. So whatever we are displaying the data to end users, so we are displaying we are creating an HTML control DOM element input type is equal to text, buttons, forms, checkbox, radio button. So whatever we have the HTML, so we are just creating a CS HTML pages. Inside that CS HTML pages, we are creating our DOM element. So DOM element is to display the user data. And a controller, a third one is a controller. What is controller? Controller is a requester handlers. As a consider, if you just consider, if you are the end user and you want one resource like a home/index. So that home is our controller and the index is our action methods. So these are the a basic difference to ASP.NET web forms and ASP.NET MVC architects. So again, I will just summarize basic one major difference. ASP.NET web form is a map to the physical files, but in ASP.NET MVC, it's don't require to it doesn't matter like a physical file. It's only accessible via controllers. And second major difference in ASP.NET web form, we have the file extension .aspx, and here in MVC we have the .cshtml. So let's start how to create first MVC application using the Visual Studio 2019. So I have just opened the Visual Studio 2019. Just I'm creating a new project. So here these are the templates. We have a multiple template. So we can choose a best one ASP.NET MVC framework. inside the .NET framework. So this is the like ASP.NET web application .NET framework. So I'm choosing that. So I will write here first MVC app. So I'm choosing this and I'm choosing this .NET framework 4.7.2. Yes. So here we have like multiple options like empty web forms, MVC web API, single page application. So we are if we are like creating ASP.NET web forms, so we need to select these web forms. If we are creating an MVC like ASP.NET MVC application, then we need to choose this like a project template for creating an ASP.NET MVC application to allow to build the application using model view controller architecture. ASP.NET MVC includes many features like this is the option we need to choose. So I'm like disabling that HTTPS option because I'm running this in my local laptop. So I'm just removing that HTTPS. So just it's like taking few seconds to create a basic template like models, views, controllers. So like Microsoft has given one basic examples. They have created some pages like home, index, like login, logout, and then register, sign up. So like they have already given like a sample course how to create a controller, how to create a view, how to create a models. So that's why it's taking like a few second or a few minutes. So it's automatically creating our basic sample code projects. So let's see. Well, wait. So it's so many times. So now it's like opening. Yeah. So here like I have created like first MVC app. So you can see here like a multiple folders already created inside this solution explorer. So how it's creating, because like whenever we are creating that ASP.NET MVC, it's taking like 2 seconds. So it's automatically creating this like folders. Like we will see that like this is the first video, that first application. So we can like understand like what is the purpose of this folders and what is the like benefit of that particular files. So like as we discussed like previous videos, like references, that means like whatever we are like using like external resources, that means like if we are using any DLLs, if we are using any API, so we need to reference that DLL inside this reference folders. How we can add a new reference? Just right click that reference button, add reference, and you can select like if you are like using the like inbuilt packages like which also provided by the Microsoft. So you can select that particular DLL particular package, and you can just click on the OKs. So these are the like internal. If you want like use the external, external, that means user defined. Like I have like defined one sample DLL file, and that I want to like consume that library inside this new web application. So we need to just like browse, and we need to select that particular DLL file, and just we need to click the OK button. So this is the references we add, internal and external references inside in our first MVC application. Internal references, that means whatever Microsoft has given already, they have like given the packages DLL. So we can say like internal references, and the external references, that means we have defined the user-based DLLs. So second folder is creating app data. So it's like saying it's empty data. they like this is nothing will be like no one file is present inside this app data. But what is the purpose of that app data? Like it's like depends on your like a project, depends on the sorry, depends on your requirements. Normally like app data means we are like if we are like a data script like inside the entity framework we have like entity classes, we need to like take a backup from the server, so we are like mainly that purpose we are using the app data for the storing the data purpose. So second one is like app start. So this is the very important for that, like app start. App start, that means application startup. When we are running the application, so like a first like our pointer goes to the our global.ascx files. So this is like a global.ascx files. And like here we have written one method, like I will just like we will discuss app start. Before that, like I will explain like what is the like benefit of that app start, and where this three files where we are calling like bundle config, filter config, and the route config. So inside the global.ascx, so this is our application startup methods, application startup files. If you are creating MVC application and if you are running first time in a browser, so this is the first class file we are hitting to the browsers. So this is the one methods, app application underscore start, application underscore start. Here we are like calling the multiple methods via that particular class. This area registration is a class, and inside the area registration we have one method called as register all areas. Second one is a filter config, and the filter config we have like another method register global filters. Route config again it's like registering the route. I will explain in another video, like another videos, like what is the purpose of register routes, what is the purpose of binding, what is the purpose of registering. But this like first application you can just concentrate on the like first point is to ASP.NET like application.start. So like as we are like aware, like everyone is aware, if you are the .NET framework, like .NET developer, so like in ASP.NET web forms, we need to like a default.aspx or index.html. So IIS should be aware like this is a startup page. In ASP.NET web forms, we are like creating a default.aspx or like index.html or index.html. These are the startup pages inside the ASP.NET web forms. So again, like in MVC, we have like a global.aspx. These are the startups. Inside the that particular file, so we have the application underscore start methods. These are the first methods we are hitting when we are like running the applications. So these are the like if we are going like clicking here that register route method, so it's going to the route config files, where this route config file is stored inside the app underscore start method. So just this is the like a route config files. We have like a route, that means like whenever we are trying to ask to any resources, so it's coming that particular request inside the this route config file, and we have defined the template. Like how we can define the template, how we can say the this is the URL format we have defined inside the standard mechanisms. So like which methods we are like using to define our URL patterns. So like we are using the map route method to define the our URL patterns. So where this map route file is available, not a files. So map route methods. So map route method is available inside the register route method, and this register route method is available inside the route config file, and this route config file is available inside the app start file. And when we call these files, whenever our application to run first times on the browser, that times we are defining we are calling this route config files. So these are the workflow to defining the URL patterns in MVC. You can see here, like we have defining the three attributes. One is the name, second is the URL, and third one is the default. Default, that means like whenever we are hitting that MVC application in the browser, that means we are saying to IIS, these are the my default work, default page load, or default controller name, or default action name. So here, like I am defining like a controller name is a home, action name is an index, and the optional parameter is the ID. If we need to pass as a parameter via query string, so we are defining the here as the ID parameter. So here we are defining the URL format. Like we are saying, like these are the first parameter will be controller, second parameter will be backslash, and third will be action, again backslash, and, sorry, and the third one is the ID. So these are the register route files. So a second file is a filter config. So these are the filter config. Like what is the purpose of these files? Like whenever we will continuing our MVC series, so we will explaining the filters and the advantages of the filters inside the MVC as compared to web forms, ASP.NET web forms. So you can just like aware like a filter config, we have like creating a custom filter, or like authentication mechanism, or authorization mechanisms, exception mechanism. So we need to use this filter config files. And the third one is the bundle config. Like bundle config, that means we have like creating a our like user defined resources files, like a JS file, CSS file, HTML files, or we can use the external resources file. Like external means like we are using the Bootstrap, CSS, jQuery, any external packages. So we need to bundle that particular files inside the bundle.config. So we have like a different segregation part inside the bundle config. Like we are adding the JS files, CSS files, any images files, any constant data. So we are like catching in the bundle config. Why this bundle config, like bundle concept is arrived in the MVC? Why it's not available inside the ASP.NET web forms? So that's why like it's like a famous that ASP.NET MVC framework. They have like a Microsoft, they have given it's like a multiple feature to load that particular page within seconds on the browser. So bundle, that means if we are using that 100 or 200 resource in a single file, it's if initial days in ASP.NET web forms, we are loading one by one. So here in ASP.NET MVC, we are just loading a bunch, bulk. So that's why we are using the bundle config files inside the app start. So that is the three files. Content is they have given a content folder. Inside the content, like we have like the resources files. Resources files, that means like we are if we are using like Bootstrap package, jQuery files. So here we have like defining the all static resources we can include, we can put inside the content folders. So these are the standard mechanism they have given inside the inside the MVC. But initial days in ASP.NET web forms, we have creating user defined folders, CSS, it's a different folder, JS, it's a different folder, images, it's a different folder. So here we have defining the content. So whatever we have content, like a JS file, CSS file, so we can keep inside the content folders. So these are the advantages of the content folder. So we have the another folder like a controller. I told MVC is a three component, not a component. It's a three folder mechanisms. like first is the model, second is the controller, and third one is the view. So you can see here, like it's automatically creating a model. It's automatically creating that particular folder as a controller and the views. So like this controller folders, like we can create our controllers or our action methods inside this controller. We can add multiple controller. So there is no restriction to make like create a like limited controller. So we can create a multiple controller as per our project requirement. So these are the controllers folders. Controller is the like heart of .NET framework. So like here we have like another application, another folder like a font. Like font, that means like whatever we are using the creating HTML. So we are defining the like a font and like font style. So we are keeping the, like all fonts inside the font folders. So models. So inside the models, it's a whenever we are creating it's like as an empty, but we can add a models. How we can add a model? So just right click that folder and you can add a model as a class. So just I'm creating like an employee model. So employee models. So you can just create as per the project requirement. So here like we can define the like models, how we can create a models inside the public string name and the get and the set properties. Okay, so these are the models, like whatever we need to as per our project requirement, we need to just create a models. So again, like here this is like a script folders, like whatever we are using the like JS scripts, like internal as well as the external JS files. So these are the like they have given the by default the JS files, and we are keeping these JS files inside the script folders. So like third one is like views, like views. Inside the views, we have like creating a like a subfolder based on the your controllers. So if you are creating, sorry. So I'm creating a new controller. So a dashboard controller. Okay, I'm creating a dash. Sorry. Yes, I have missed the yes, yes, yes. So I am creating a dashboard. Whenever sorry, whenever we are creating a view, it's automatically creating a folder inside a view folder. That means it's a loosely coupled. So just I have created a dashboard controller. Like now you can see inside the view, there is no, it's automatically creating that dashboard folders. That means whenever we are creating a controller inside a controller folder, it's automatically creating a one folder that controller name as per the controller name. So here we have creating a dashboard controller along with the controller keyword, but inside the folder, it's not append that controller folder. It's only creating a dashboard. So if I'm creating a like a view, how to create a view? Just right click that particular action methods. These are the action methods. And if you are clicking the right click here and go to the add view, this is the one way, or you can directly right click on that particular folder and you can add one CSS element. So, but this is the like a standard way to create a view. So how to create a view? Go to the controller, just create one action method. And how to create action method? Using this public action result. Action result is a base class. We will see that in details. in future videos, like what are the types of the written types of the MVC. So I am returning the action views. So just I'm creating one employee page. So just adding the view, MVC5 view, add, and I'm not selecting any layout page. So it's by default affecting because we have the start.cshtml. These are the employee views. So I have created an employee action method and it's automatically creating a that CSHTML. How it's creating? Whenever we are adding a view, it's automatically creating a this CSHTML page inside the dashboard page. Dashboard folders. So these are the purpose of that. These are the advantages of the inside views. And as per like a previous discussion, these are the global.asax files. So these are the initial page we are running the application start. Package config files, whatever we are using the internal and the external packages. Here we are like reference that package ID and then like framework and the version. So you can see like I'm using the Bootstrap package. So version is a 3.4, target is a net 472. These are the details we are keeping inside the package.config files. And finally, we are aware like a web config files. What is the web config files? Whatever we have required like application settings config files, we are keeping inside the web config file. Like you are aware like in ASP.NET Web Forms also, we are using the web config files. And same way, like inside the ASP.NET MVC, we are also using the web config file. So these are the project for the structure inside the MVC architecture. MVC is a like architecture patterns to define our project based on the model, view, and the controllers. So next videos, like we will see how like MVC architectures with the graphical representations, like as we are aware, like ASP.NET Web Forms, we have the like a page lifecycle. Every web application, every language have a individual page lifecycle. How it's like hitting which page, which event first will be hit. So like next videos we will see, but you can just create a first application and you can try to run that MVC application via using this IIS debug tool. So I'm running the application and let's see like we are defining that home and the index method. This should be startup page. So so it's loading. So it's taking time. That means like whatever we are defining the code, it's converting to the that region. See here, like our output. So we are using the navbar, like ASP.NET. These are the basic template we are using. So these are the mechanisms. So if we are going to the about, so see here like a URL patterns. How is the URL patterns? It's like displaying. Like it's a home is a controller and the about is the action methods. If you are going here, like inside the views and the home, we have the about action method. So these are the like MVC project, like MVC applications based on the model view controllers. So like these are the like first application, how to create our first application inside the MVCs. So I will upload these videos in our MVC channels. So I'm creating a new channel here. I'm opening like where you can see this these videos. You can just hit that itbooster.com. And you can just Just you can open the itboostup.com and you can go to the upskill repository. Here we have like uploading all like our video like here in the video channels. So I will show you like how to open that video channels. These are the C# series. If you are clicking here inside this, these are the our C# series video, like a video 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are like adding here. So like these are our channels. So as of now we are creating 3 channels, and today we are starting that MVC channels. So I'm creating a new playlist here. How to create a playlist? I will go to the skill repository in main website. I am like admin user, so I'm clicking here adding logins. So I am logging with admin panel and sign in. So these are our admin panel dashboard. So I'm going to the video channels. I'm creating a MVC series. So yeah, description, active submit. Yeah, it's like a video channel is created. So I'm log out. So you can so we have created like first like a MVC application. So if you want to like recreate that if you're not understanding that videos, so you can just revisit in our itboostup.com, and you can go to the like landing page, and you can see here like upskill repository menu bar, and here we have the video channels. So if you are going to that particular page, so you can just select that MVC series. So if you are clicking here, so I will upload these videos inside the MVC series. So thanks a lot to watching these videos. If you are like any problem to creating that first application inside, how to create a first application inside the MVC, so please contact us like this numbers. So I will guide you via cell phone also, like this number. Yeah, these are the numbers 820-870-1904. If you are like facing any problems onto creating a like first application, you can reach us. Like we will guide you how to create like first application like in your systems, or you can just simply see the like videos how to create. I have like explained in details like folder by folder, so you can just hit and you can see our these IT Boostup channels. So like next video we will continue our like MVC architecture, how it's working. So as of now we will stop this video, so you can create your first MVC application. If you are any facing the problems, you can visit our itboostup.com, or you can contact directly this Gmail ID and this phone numbers. So thanks a lot. Thank you. Bye bye.